I'm tired. I just got off work. I told you I am now living that third shift life. I think I should put my glasses on. I can't see. Isn't that sad that I can't see? I can't see myself like that. It's not clear. And I know it ain't nothing but mucus. Mucus causes all disease. You know what I'm saying? A mucus free body is a disease free body. You should probably know that. So I know it ain't nothing but mucus clogging up the eyes. Everything look all blurry sometimes. Can't really see. That's not right. And then I hear on the radio that they got this special for the LASIK eye surgery for what, $249? But I'm more than positive that one day, maybe 10, 15 years from now, everybody gonna wake up on the same day blind. It's gonna be a blackout for everybody that had the LASIK eye surgery. Everybody gonna wake up and nothing. They don't see nothing. And I don't want to be a part of that. Like, that is really a fear of mine. It might be a premonition. Who knows? But I don't know. Lasers all in my eyes. Like I said, 15 years from now, they all gonna wake up blind. Just complete darkness. Mm-mm. I'm cool on that. I'll just wear some glasses or get my diet together. So it is Wednesday. Wednesday. So just third shift life. I don't know what day it is anymore. All thrown off. It was raining. Just got off work. I'm a tad bit tired, so we trying to get this video done so I can go to sleep. Because I'm really not gonna have time after I go to sleep. You gotta get the kids, and you gotta make meals, and then I gotta try and take a nap. Yeah, so this is really my only time right now besides the weekends. So today, I guess we want to talk to the the black females, the females of color, and the way that we live our lives and we raise our children, the things that we allow. I mean, a lot of us are single mothers. I mean, a lot of us are co-parenting if we're not single. Well, we're single in the household by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Or we're co-parenting or something like that. But most of the time, we're doing a lot of stuff alone, even in relationships. You know what I'm saying? The guy is there, but when it comes to all the household stuff and the kids and stuff like that, I mean, it's some guys that they play a major part, but for the most part, it's usually us on us females. We handling our lives, we're handling his life and his appointments and the things that he has going on. Then we're handling the kids and their appointments and their school things. And we have to take on a whole lot of stuff and handle and manage a whole lot of stuff. But main thing is you need to be aware of the people you have around your kids. I mean, we think that we know people, but we really don't know people. I mean, there'd be so many stories about boyfriends killing, you know what I'm saying, people kids or raping somebody kids or there's a whole bunch of messed up stuff going on out here. You know what I'm saying? And then just know that you're gonna get locked up too. Or your baby daddy gonna come after you and try to kill you. I'm more the positive. If I did something like mess with the wrong guy and then something happened to our kids, I'm kind of positive he would want to come after me and feel like, why were you so stupid and careless to even let this happen? And it would be towards me. So I have a story. I like telling stories. Now, people in my family, they probably be like, oh my gosh, why are you talking about your life? Why are you? I mean, because it's my life and it's my story. And this is what I feel like talking about. And I know it's a lot of people that go through the same things. And a lot of people don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'd have made a joke out of most things in my life. That's how I've gotten through. Is either I have pushed things down and made myself forget about some stuff, or I done joked about some stuff. But I mean, people go through plenty of stuff, and everybody ain't as strong as me. You know, some people gonna commit suicide. Some people gonna snap out and end up with mental health issues and on pills or in the hospital. Or, I mean, it's different for everybody. So we all handle the struggle different. And I definitely support people having counselors and therapists. I didn't had a couple therapists. Know that. I didn't had an online therapist, and that was kind of cool too. Because then I just text her, whenever I want to chat it up. It was then I got tired of typing for a while. We did video chat one day, but I think therapists are the bomb. It got to be the right therapist though. Like I had one therapist, and I was telling her all my issues, and her solution to everything was, "Well, you should cut them off." I mean, my mama was getting on my nerves, but you should cut her off. Oh, me and my dude, we having problems. Well, you should probably cut them off. Well, my friend, you know what I'm saying? She be tripping. You should probably cut her off. Like, dog, so I should just cut everybody off? That's your solution? Like, get the fuck out of here. But let me tell you something. Like 10 years later, when I continue having issues, I'll start cutting motherfuckers off. And it did work. It made me feel better. So I mean, later in life, her her method did work out a little bit, telling me to cut people off. I mean, even if for a short period of time, cutting somebody off. Yeah, sometimes you need to cut people off and get yourself right. She was kind of right about that. But at that point in my life, I was still in my early 20s. I was like, dude, you tripping. Tell me to just cut everybody off. That don't make no sense. But back to the story. You see, we bouncing all around, but we going to bring it all back in, bring it back together. So this story. So I started getting kicked out the house around 17. I want to say before I turned 17. But we're going to say 17. I know it was in my 11th grade year. So 2016, 17. So I was what you would consider bad. You know what I'm saying? But I had my reasons for why I did things. I used to take my mom's car. I used to take her truck and go joyriding. One of her ex-boyfriends, when I was about 13, he taught me how to drive her truck. And after he taught me how to drive it, it was on and popping. Like, I know how to drive it now. Like, I'm sneaking out. I'm joyriding. Come on now. So that's why I be wanting to go teach my son how to drive a little bit. And I'd be like, you teach him how to drive. Next thing you know, your whip may be missing in the middle of the night. So I probably should. So I used to be joyriding. When I moved to Milwaukee, I used to didn't care about fashion at all. And I came to Milwaukee, and then you just get talked about all the time. Called bums all the time. If you ain't, it's like, dang, they treat you bad, hurt your feelings. So, but still, even I wasn't really concerned about the whole bum part because my personality, I was always cool. I was always popular, so it really didn't matter. And I used to take her credit card. But I didn't start I took her credit card. That was like 10th grade. Around 10th grade, we started taking the credit card. You know what I'm saying? And ordering Jordans and ordering New Balance and stuff like that. It was getting real fly. I remember Kanye West just came out. He had the polo sweaters. I remember I ordered one. It was orange with the little blue polo, man. That joint was like $200. I definitely had one. But the thing was, she didn't notice. She did not notice. I mean, I was spitting. It took her a minute to notice that I was spitting up like this. She would see all this new stuff in my room. So where are you getting this stuff from? I'm like, oh, I got a friend that worked at Foot Locker. But it's like, even if I did have a friend that worked at Foot Locker, I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. But that's the life we lived. So when I was in my teens, she was in her 40s. She had me when she was 30. So like I said, I got kicked out my 11th grade year. And while I was kicked out, I mean, a lot of stuff go on when you are homeless. Like, I got plenty of family here, but I don't really know my family here. I moved here 6th grade. So I got random cousins, maybe 3rd, 4th cousins. We Facebook friends now, but I ain't know them well enough to, hit them up or call their dad or their mom or anything when I was kicked out. So I had a lot of male friends. And the thing was, so I'm cool with a lot of males now. During the times when I was going through stuff, a lot of my male friends I still talk to today. Those were the people that were there when I needed somewhere to stay, when I needed some food. I mean, they were friends, not friends trying to help you out and then trying to have sex with you on the low or when you trying to go to sleep. Like, no, they was friends. Like, even my guy, John, I remember he was dating this chick on and off. And I was at this little hotel and I ain't had no shoes. And he had just bought her some shoes, some Adidas, some like 30th anniversary Adidas or something. They're like black and white. But they just got into it. I needed some shoes. And he was like, I just got these Adidas. I was going to give them to her. But man, fuck her. He was like, here. He was like, you going to pay me for them? I was like, for sure, I got you. He was like, I paid 50. You going to give me 50? I was like, for sure, I got you. He know I ain't had 50 to give him. I never gave him the 50 because where was I going to get 50 from? He know I didn't have it. So thanks, John. I for sure remember that. Thanks a lot. I done had guys, my guy David Crowley. He worked with the state right now. He doing a lot of stuff to legalize different things. But I remember him and Benny and Jason. A whole bunch of people let me stay with them and, you know what I'm saying, fed. And I used to be OC too. I used to have a little bit of food and I used to be leaving notes around the house saying, don't touch my food. But then I'd be eating all day food and I was a teenager. So it was like, yeah. But the fact that it was so many people that helped out and so many guy friends that did so many things, no, it was great. But there were other people that did try to manipulate it. And these were grown ass men. Like my mom, she had an ex-boyfriend And he saw me on the bus stop one day. I was leaving school. It was 11th grade. And he was like, "You need help?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he gave me a ride and he had paid for me a hotel room at this little ratchet hotel, the Diamond Inn. He got me a hotel room for like a week or whatever. And that's where John came and brought me to Adidas at the hotel. So after like the week was up, you know what I'm saying, he had me come stay at his house. So I was staying in like his kids' room or whatever. And I remember he came. I was locked in the house. It was a duplex. It was an upper unit. And I remember I was locked in. He would leave. He would lock the door and I couldn't get out. So I was locked in. So it was cool. I was in there just eating stuff all day. And I remember he picked me up one day. I was like, "Come on, we're going to grab some food." And we were one of his friends. And one of his friends, they were talking about me being a stripper, basically. They were trying to, you know what I'm saying, get me in a strip club. I was 17, so I was old enough, and I was pretty, had a nice shape, so yeah, it all worked out. And I remember going back to his house, and I don't even remember, like I said, I just suppressed a lot of memories. So it's like I remember parts of things, but I can never tell you a whole story of how it started or sometimes how it ended, but I remember certain parts of it. So I remember he was talking about the strip club and he was asking me how would I handle different situations or something like that. And I know I ended up on the floor and he was on top of me and he had his penis out and already had a condom on it. And he was like, "What would you do if you ended up in this situation?" And like I said, he was on top of me with this condom on. And I think I had a skirt on. I had on like a skirt and a top. And I was laying there. I was real still. And I was like, well, I'm more than positive this wouldn't happen. This situation wouldn't happen in a strip club. I'm sure it wouldn't. And I mean, he got up and then he left. And I was locked in again. And I don't know. And then I ended up back homeless. It's like I can't tell you what happened that I ended up back homeless. I know I didn't become a stripper, and I know I didn't have sex with him, but I don't know what transpired after that. Like I said, bits and pieces of my life. I remember stuff, and I don't remember some. So it's like I don't know what happened after that little portion of my life. I had to do some real thinking, but people will try to manipulate the hell out of you and use you and have sex with you and do you wrong. And I'm just saying, as far as females, we have kids. You need to know that if this stuff was happening when we were teens, it's for sure happening now. I didn't even know that men were such pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? That's the word for it. I didn't know that then, but definitely lots of pedophilic men in the world. They all like little young teenage girls. All while I was a teenager, it was always grown men trying to talk to me. And I mean, they knew I was a teenager, but they didn't care. I mean, my mom was married to this guy named Paul, and well, I ended up kicked out again. But I don't know. But she was married to Paul when I was like in 8th grade. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe Paul was over there doing some work. I don't know. I was kicked out, and he had this cousin named, I don't remember his name. I want to call him Pookie or something. He was a big ass dude, but he had one of them little people names. Big ass guy, small name. One of those. Tiny. Stuff like that. So I went over there and I had like a trash bag clothes. I was trying to get some clothes from my mom's house. And he was there talking to my mom. And maybe they had already talked about it. And he was like, "I heard she kicked you out. You need somewhere to stay." And I was like, "Yeah." Matter of fact, this was going into my 11th grade year. It was close to the first day of school. I was going to go to Madison for a couple of days. And then I switched back to Marshall. So he let me come stay at his house. I go to his house. He hadn't cleaned out the other bedroom. So he was like, "All right, you can sleep in my room." I was like, "Okay." And it was about to be the first day of school. So I remember I was sleeping. It was like 4 in the morning. And I felt somebody touching me. Somebody was behind me. Somebody was touching me. Somebody was rubbing my butt. Who else could it be? Of course, it was this grown ass man. So I remember I was laying there real still. I mean, in them situations, you don't know what the fuck to do. I mean, some females might punch you in the face. Some females might stab you. I mean, it depends on the female that you're dealing with. But I just lay real still for a while. And then I got up. It wasn't for a while. It was like for a minute. Then I got up. I got up and I got dressed for school. And then I just sat in the living room and watched the news. And like I said, it was like 4 in the morning. And I just sat there. And I mean, it's like sometimes, like, what choice did I have but to come back to this house? And I stayed there maybe for like 2 weeks. And it seemed like he was trying to turn me into a housewife. It was like, because I didn't eat anything in that house. I really just went in my room, listened to music, and showered. It was like I knew a lot of other guys, and they used to bring me food and stuff like that. So he used to always want me to clean his house, do this and do that, and I wouldn't. I just stay in my room. Maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something. I think I was like going to my mom's house for something, and he was there. And he had all my stuff in the bag, dropping it back off at her house. And I don't know. Moral of the story is, women, you need to pay more attention to your children. It's like, I know moms need to have lives too and all this extra stuff when you single, but also when you have a kid, I mean, you have that kid, so basically that is your life. You chose to give your life to that kid and pay a lot of attention to them, focus on them. All types of stuff be going on, and you know what I'm saying, parents don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I got raped before by a guy, and I wrote about it, had it in my diary. And I think my mom said something about it one day. She said something about it years later, like she knew about it. But the fact that if you did know about it, you never said anything to me, or you knew that I was hurting or that I went through something and it just didn't matter to you. No, it's just the type of parents, the type of mothers to be around nowadays. Like, I'm not saying my mom was a bad mom. We've been through a lot of stuff. I mean, I love my mom, but people need to be better parents. You need to pay more attention to your children. I mean, all types of stuff be going on, and you just don't know. Like I said, people be so focused on still trying to have a life, still trying to do them, and still trying to find their own happiness. And like, that's cool, because we all do need our own happiness, and we need that to be able to give out more happiness and give out better energy to everybody else and to our children. But we have these children, they need to be our main focus. Like I said, especially if you have daughters. I mean, even having sons, like I said, these men, these women out here so freaky, so nasty, been doing so much extra stuff and try to manipulate and brainwash your kids and take over your kids, maybe turn your kids against you just because they're nicer. And no, man, it's like you really need to be paying attention to what's going on with your children. Pay attention to the people and the men that you have in your life, because I'm more than positive my mom didn't expect for any of her ex-boyfriends to attempt to talk to me or attempt to have sex with me. Like, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't expect that. If the guys I've dated, I wouldn't expect them to try to have sex with my teenage daughter if I had one. And I don't know. You just need to be leery of the people that you have around you. You need to do some capping when you meet people, go check their Facebook. I'd like to do a lot of research. I try to figure out who people are. So even my dad, I never met my dad, but I've been doing research on dude for a while, trying to figure out who he is. And I just figured out he died in prison for a second-degree attempted rape of a minor, something like that. And I mean, he was about to get out and he died like a month before of cancer. And he was they met in the military and all, and I was telling her about the information I found. She was like, no, I can't believe that. It has to be the wrong guy. He was so nice. It's like, dog, you don't be knowing these people. It's like, you need to do more research. Like, the nigga that taught me how to drive her truck, he turned out to be a con artist. Not saying that she made a couple bad choices. Not saying anything is wrong with her, because people are tricksters is the point. Because dude, he was super nice and he was super cool. My cousins remember him. Like, some people be so valid and play the role so well that you never know. So pay attention to your kids and pay attention to your surroundings. Really try and get to know the people around you and pay attention to the things that your kids are saying and telling you. Pay attention to their feelings. And, we all get through this together. We'll all be better. We'll all be better parents. We'll raise better kids and it'll be all right. So I'm about to go take my shower. I'm about to upload this video. And I'm going to get some rest now. So you guys can like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with another video probably tomorrow. See you.